Hello, fellow detectorists. Yes, I'm back out again. Of course, it's Saturday, as usual. And I should imagine by now you've realised that I've got a new detector. Yes, I've got myself the XP-ORX. Do a little talky bit first. I promise you it won't be very long. But why have I got the ORX mainly is what I wanted to say. Because I'm sure there's a few people out there that'd be surprised. Not that surprised, because I've still got my Goldmax power. I won't be getting rid of that yet. I might even keep it, but at the moment it's at home, and I've come out today with my new detector, the ORX. Anyway, why have I got the ORX? Mainly because I've always fancied the idea of having a Deus, but the digital display, I mean 18 months ago when I got my Goldmax, I did say that the digital display on the Deus did put me off a bit, but over the last 18 months I have come round quite a bit to, I mean, most new detectors now have these digital displays, and the only thing that really put me off was probably a mistake that I would make myself, in the fact that I get too reliant on it and think that certain targets might be things that I wouldn't want to dig up and start ignoring possibly good finds. But you know, things like that don't always happen, and you just have to get used to it, I suppose. But why did I go for the ORX? Well, mainly it's a good starter point. You get the detector, the remote control, and the high frequency coil, and the headphones for about £800 now. There's a few places that do it for that sort of price. And to get a Deus with a similar sort of combination, you'd be paying well over £1,000. So the ORX is a good starting point, really, if you want to get into the sort of the Deus family tree, if you like. So that's what I went for. There's a few reasons why, particularly the ORX. I like the fact that it's really light. I've been scrutinising the remote control and getting used to that, and I do quite like it actually. And I wanted the high frequency coil because there's been times here with my Goldmax, especially on permission number 1, which is where I am today, where I felt as though the 11-inch coil is probably struggling. Sometimes, or quite a bit of time actually, I do find that I'm not getting very deep targets with the 11-inch coil. Permission number 1 is very noisy ground. There's lots of iron here and stuff like that, and I just feel as though the ground contamination is probably stopping me from getting much deeper. I did consider getting a smaller coil for the Goldmax, but in the end I opted for a completely different detector. So I've got the 9-inch HF coil, which I specifically wanted to go for this time. Mainly because there's areas here on permission number 1 where I had my Norfolk Wolf Celtic coin, where I wanted to, you know, try and get between the iron if possible. I just felt as though the 11-inch coil was stopping me from doing that on the Goldmax. There's a couple of other reasons as well why I've gone for the ORX, but I'll probably discuss those at a later date. But anyway, let's get on with it, and we'll see what we find. This really is a test day. Anything I find will be a bonus today. This is, like I say, the main field here on permission number 1, which is the last field I can go on really at the moment, because the crops are coming up everywhere else, and you know, shortly after this I'll have to wait until harvest time. So I'll shut up now, we'll get on with it and we'll see what happens. Bye for now. Hello folks. Now I must admit, this is a learning curve. Like I said when I first got my Goldmax, it takes a bit of getting used to. I've been walking across the field. I have had a couple of targets, very small bits of lead and a couple of bits of what looked like iron, to be honest, but they must have been better quality metal than that. Had a half of a Coke can, bits and pieces like that, as you would expect, because like I say, I'm getting used to this. I had it in, there's 4 programs on the ORX. You got 2 gold programs, because it is pointed towards gold prospectors, this detector, and it's got 2 relic type programs, coin and relic type programs, and you've got coin fast, what they call coin fast, which is relic program number 1, which is a down-toned program, if you like, a bit easier to use over certain ground. And you've got what they call coin deep, which is a more finely tuned program, which might give you more signals, if you know what I mean. So I've been using coin fast, and first of all I started off on 14.4 kilohertz, and then I wasn't getting much activity with that. Like I say, I found a few little bits of lead, not much else. And then I've just turned it up, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, turned it up to 31 kilohertz, and I've just had a nice little target here. As you can see, there's a hole just down here, and it is a coin. How about that? Now that's a George. That's 1817. Now I'm not 100% sure what this is. Is it a shilling, or... I'll give it a bit of a spray, a bit of a clean. But how about, I've never found one like this before. So good old ORX. Would you believe it? I'm on my old field. And I don't often get very many silver, more recent coins. I've had a few hammered coins, of course, as you probably know, but this is a first for me to find one like this. Anyway, I'll give it a bit of a spray and I'll come back to you. See you in a moment. Yes, there we go, folks. Look, it's a George III, 1817. This is cleaned up really nicely, as you would think from possibly a silver coin. That's great. That's lovely. How about that? I'm really pleased with that. A George III silver. I don't think I've ever had a George III silver before, so that's brilliant. I can't believe that. I'm not quite sure what it is, to be honest. I won't know until I get home and I research it. How about that? That's lovely. I'm really pleased with that. That's the first silver later coin I've found on this field. Anyway, let's carry on. We'll see what else we get. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Just had another target, another find, and it was quite quiet. I nearly didn't dig it, but I thought, no, I will. And it's that, look, it's the remains of a spoon. It's quite small. It was silvered at one time. The remains of a spoon handle. You can just make it out on there. and obviously here is where the bowl of the spoon would have been. So I'll give that a gentle clean up later, see if there's any other markings on it. I don't think there is, but we'll have a look. Anyway, let's carry on. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Here's the next one, and it's one of these quite chunky sort of rings, cast rings, and this is quite a thick one, this one. That gave up a good signal. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go, folks. Here's the next find, and I think it's either a little, quite nice actually, it looks quite old, a little buckle plate, or it's part of one of these book strap clasps. I'm not 100% on that. I think that could be what's left of a book clasp. That's still quite nice. I like to find these, especially the detailed patterned ones. I'm definitely getting more targets with the ORX, I think, than what I was getting with my Goldmax over this field. Like I say, I found the 33.1, I think it is, kilohertz setting to be frequency to be a bit better than the 14.4, but I'll switch and change and see how I get on. But it's not too bad. I'm finding a few targets. The first time I'm using it, it's not too bad at all, so I'm quite pleased. Anyway, we'll carry on, see what the next one is. Here we go, folks. Next target I think is a buckle fragment. As you can see there, this has got a bit of detail on it. Pity it wasn't a hole, but I think that's just a buckle fragment. Anyway, bye for now. Here we go, folks. Next target I think is a buckle fragment. As you can see there, this has got a bit of detail on it. Pity it wasn't a hole, but I think that's just a buckle fragment. Anyway, bye for now. Here we go, folks. Our next find is one of these ball buttons. I don't get many of these, so I thought I'd show that one. I have had a few buttons today with the ORX, but that's the first sort of unusual one, so I thought I'd show that. Anyway, we'll carry on. We'll see what the next target is. I've gone up to the Coin Deep program now, which is a lot more glitchy, but that's what I just found this button on, so I'll try that one for a little while. Anyway, bye for now. Here we go, folks. Our next target is this. If it will focus. There we go. Not quite sure what it is, but it looks like it's got something written on the top of this. It's like a little dot there as well, and there's a couple of little dots on it actually. So what this was, I don't know. I thought at first it was a bolt head or something like that, but it's too irregular, and it has got a hole this side, and something looks like it's been written on that side as well, but it could just be something fairly modern, but still unusual. Anyway, we'll carry on. Now folks, I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I think I've found what might be left of a Roman coin, but like I say, I'm not 100% sure. It's very vague, but it brings up a very good signal on the detector. But I'll clean it up and have a better look later, and we'll see. Keep thinking I can see stuff on it, but anyway, we'll carry on. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Our next find is one of these double spikes from the centre bar on a buckle. That's what that is. Gave a good signal. But that's a buckle fragment. Anyway, we'll carry on. See you at the next one. Here we go, folks. We've got our next target, our next find, and it is this. Look, it's part of a very elaborate buckle, I think. Would have been very nice to see this in one piece, but of course something like this wouldn't last very long on the ground at all. So that's what I think that is anyway. Would have been quite a big, very decorated sort of buckle. Very dressy sort of buckle, I suppose, at one time. Anyway, we'll carry on, see what the next find is. Here we go, folks. Our next target is one of these domed buttons. I've had a few of these up here now, and I think this is just a general sort of army uniform button. But I'll have a look and see if I can't find one on the internet. Crown at the top, and I think that's G. I'm not sure what the second letter is. Anyway, that's nice. We'll carry on. We'll see what the next find is. Bye for now. Hello folks, just had another target just down here next to the detector, and at first I thought this was a little hammered coin, but unfortunately not. I think it might have been a trader's token or something at one point, but I can't see anything on it now. It's very thin. I should imagine it was probably something like that at one time anyway. Anyway, we'll carry on. Bye for now. Hello folks, got another find here, interesting one. It's come from just down here, as you can probably see, and it's this, look. I thought it was a coin, a really thick coin at first, but it's this, and it's got S18 written on it, or stamped on it. So what that is, I don't know. On the back it's got exactly the same, S18. So would that be some kind of coin weight? I have no idea. It looks fairly old. That's interesting. Never had anything like that before. Anyway, we'll carry on and see what the next one is. If you've got any idea what this is, please let me know. But the only thing I can think of at the moment is either like a trade weight or a coin weight, maybe. Anyway, bye for now. Right then folks, I'll try a live dig. Now you can probably hear, it's a bit of a, it's not a perfect signal, but it is registering about 76 on the display, so I'll try a live dig on this one and we'll see. out. Oh yeah, it's just a very small piece of copper plate. Don't think it's anything. It could be part of a book clasp again, but nothing that special that time. Anyway, we'll carry on. I am heading back to the car now, so I'll see if I get anything on the way back.